All right. Next up, speaking of big workloads, we're seeing in the UK there's right now a bit of a fight around Microsoft licensing. That Microsoft Azure uh, and Microsoft workloads seem to be, as we know, priced to be preferentially supported on Azure Cloud. Who would
What?
have thought that Microsoft would do such a thing with its pricing? And apparently, Amazon and other cloud providers are kind of miffed about this and pointing out, hey, Microsoft customers could save a lot of money if they could move some of those Microsoft server workloads over to Amazon and Google, right? So it's kind of an interesting thing to watch right now overseas. I'm sure we're going to see similar types of lawsuits here and around the world.
So what? Vendor lock-in is a thing?
Huh?
Really? Who knew?
Yes. But I think that the thing is, in the EU and the UK related markets, they've always been a little bit iffy about having monopolistic behavior.
Hmm.
They push that a little harder than we do here in the States, and I think the having that ability to be able to actually push against the Microsofts and Amazons of the world is interesting because we're starting to see really a kind of a breaking down of the IT markets. Like the European market is starting to become very different from the American market in terms of what is allowed from a bundling and vendor protection perspective.
Yeah, well, in a certain sense, I actually think this is healthy
Mhm.
because from a cloud provider's perspective, I think that we're talking about commodity capabilities. So when you talk about compute, when you talk about storage, it's like, okay, great. So compute's compute, storage is storage. They're functionally equivalent, but that's doesn't necessarily translate directly into what customers care about because
Mhm.
the thing I can see in this is, and I think that the thing that Microsoft has done well has been to stay close to the what I would call the mission essential task that people need to perform, and then being able to use those to directly tie into productivity tools, which is really your key to unlock premium pricing.
Yeah.
And if you want to maintain that price point, then you're going to find new ways of being able to stay close to what the person actually needs to do. And I think it's part of the larger shift that both companies and vendors need to get their heads wrapped around. Because it's not just old stuff with a new coat of paint. It's asking and responding to the question, what does the new world of work actually require from us? What do we need to build in order to have people actually be productive? And from all of the things that we've been seeing recently, I think that this is kind of the core question that ties all of these things together.
Yes, I find it a little bit odd that in a world where we have Kubernetes and virtual machines, that we are still talking about linking workloads to hardware in
Right?
such a proprietary way. It's like, how is this even possible? It's 2025. Like we were talking about the future of all this going away a decade ago. You have
Yeah.
written so much about this. Like
Yeah. Exactly.
oh boy. But so that'll be fun to watch. And I am always hoping that every new precedent that gets driven in any country in this direction is a step forward towards
Yeah.
greater IT flexibility.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.